What is going on, all of my traders and investors? We're talking about the best stock to buy now. And this is one you guys really do not want to sleep on because I see an easy 50x in the next 5 to 10 years. Now, this is currently a Spac, but has a confirmed merger, confirmed by all parties. So it is 100% going through, and that's why I've been loading the boat over the last week of this major sell-off. Now, this Spac was up 10.34% on Friday, but it is still well under the levels that I was buying this initially before the sell-off. So there's great opportunity to still get in on this way under what I started buying this for, and this is really something you guys will want to pay attention to and at least have on your radar. But all I ask for in exchange for these videos, all this hard work, time, and dedication, is for you guys to hit the like button and subscribe for me. I do greatly appreciate it. It helps the YouTube algorithm push this video out to more people so we can help them as well. But I do want to bring to your guys' attention, I have a Discord link in the description where you can join that, where I send out all of my buy and sell alerts for stocks and options, and we have been killing it over there. So go ahead and do that, guys. That is free 99. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Stock I am talking about, specifically the company, because this is a Spac still, is turning into SoFi, and the Spac is IPOE. Now, if you guys are unaware of exactly what SoFi does, how they get the revenue, how they're projected to grow in the future, this is something you guys will want to watch. Now, I am yet to find a good breakdown of SoFi, how they make their money, what kind of business model they are, what the future looks like of SoFi. So I really find it key that I make this video to show you guys exactly what SoFi is doing, especially since they have got beaten down 25.78% the past month. Now, I was buying this at $25 a share because I have great confidence, and I understand the company. I see the future and where they're going. So for me, it's easy to buy this at $25. Now it's a damn steal at $17. I was buying this at $13. So now it's still a good time. It's always going to be a good time to buy SoFi, in my opinion. I'm going to show you guys why right now, give you guys my bull thesis, a little bit of technical analysis. So stay with me. Thank you for being here. This is the SoFi investor presentation, and SoFi just overall is basically a one-stop shop for anything finance. You see money, invest, personal loans, credit cards, home loans, student loans, but they really got big for student loan refinancing. And to make it all better than that, SoFi is a convenient phone app. So, my opinion real quick about phone apps and finance banking apps. They have credit cards that you can get and bank through SoFi. That is going to be very attractive in the next 5 to 10 years to younger people. Younger people don't want to have to go into a bank to do all this stuff. As long as there's good customer experience, they want to do everything on their phone. I see this happening now, and I think the trend is going to continue going forward. But I'm going to pretty much skip around this investor presentation because some stuff is really like unnecessary. I don't see why they have to put everything in an investor presentation like they do. But if you guys want to pause the video and look over this, as well as I will have the link in the description so you guys can look at this if you guys want. A lot of good things from the board members, the CEO. Pretty much everybody has an extensive background that is working at SoFi, and I think the overall business model attracts a lot of people. Like the CEO worked at Twitter, the NFL, Goldman Sachs, and basically everybody else worked at other big companies. So that is always good to see from basically your head honchos of the company. That's what you need to see. But SoFi Home Timeline launched January 2019 for money, and then relay, and then investing in Q1 2019, home loans Q1 2019, in school loans, credit cards, and SoFi rewards. That is in 2020 they launched that stuff. On track to exceed 3 million members in 2021, up 75% after 6 consecutive quarters of accelerating year-over-year growth. They're saying 75% year-over-year growth from 2021 today and to the end of 2021. So that is overall phenomenal, and I can believe that. I believe they're on track to do that, especially with the Robinhood blocking traders and all that with GameStop. Now you can invest with SoFi, and they are getting more experienced in that realm too. So overall, even though they just launched the investment platform less than a year and a half ago, they are getting better, and I would expect them to keep getting better and attract even more younger investors and some of the potential Robinhood investors that don't want to deal with Robinhood shit anymore, which I do not blame anybody for that. And I have a small account in SoFi just to check it out, and I really like it. I really like what they're doing, and I hope they keep pushing forward to this and keep adding to this. Now, there's a couple cool things I want to point out. They own this company called Galileo, I don't really know how to say it, has seen 6 quarters of accelerating growth in total accounts. Now, this is in millions. So they went from 17 million in Q1 in 2019. Now they're at 50 million total accounts in Q3 2020. Overall, a 131% growth. I did not know even what Galileo was, and I had to look into it. And basically, they are the functionality behind online banking apps. Now, they bought Galileo for 1.2 billion in cash and stock. So that is overall a very, very good purchase in my opinion. They have over a 130% growth, like we already talked about. It also point out that Galileo was the operating system for a number of digital banks globally, including Chime, Robinhood, TransferWise, Vero, and Revolt, and Monzo. Also a Spac. Galileo crossed a 100 million annual recurring revenue in March, which represents a more than doubling year over year. So they are a fintech leader. They are behind the operations. So this is very good because this whole segment is growing, and it looks like Galileo is primed to take advantage from this, while at the same time giving SoFi a diverse clientele and market share throughout different small segments. So you're not just banking on one thing going good at SoFi, because they do have this other business that they bought that is doing phenomenally well to fall back on. If anything, worst case scenario were to happen to SoFi, they always have Galileo. As far as SoFi's plans for revenue growth in the future, we can see as of net revenue in 2020, they had 621 million in net revenue. They expect in 2021 alone at the end to have at least 980 million in revenue, which would represent a 58% increase. And then from there, doubling up again, 53% in 2022, 40% in 2023, 33% in 2024, and then 31% in 2025, which this would qualify them as a hyper growth company, because a growth company and a growth stock is anything over 20% growth, and this is forecasting way over 20% growth. So they are a hyper growth company. SoFi does plan to be profitable by the end of 2021 with about 27 million in total profits, and then by 2025 at 1.17 billion in total profits. So that looks very good, and that is very promising coming from the company. Take a look at this, guys. From their lending, they estimate through 2020 to 2025 a 25% compound annual growth rate. For their technology platform, which is Galileo, which they also own 1/6 ownership of Apex Clearing. So overall, even more investors will benefit Galileo directly, clearly, because they own a clearing firm, or 1/6 of a clearing firm. But they expect 55% compound annual growth rate from Galileo with a 62% margin. And their financial services, which are investing, credit cards, all that stuff, they expect a 153% compound annual growth rate through 2025, and that is absolutely ridiculous. That is hyper growth. That puts a high bar, but I think they might even be underestimating it if they can really get a hold on the investment platform and technology, because that overall is going up year over year by an insane amount. There's new investors hitting the markets the last 2 years, 3 years. Oh, millions, in the millions every single year. So they are in prime positioned to capitalize on that. I think a lot of people are deterring away from Robinhood just because of what happened. Even if you're not invested in Robinhood or in the stock market, you know what happened. A lot of people won't want to deal with that. Now, this is one thing I do find very, very interesting. So this says, like we said, the 621 million adjusted net revenue, but 83% of it came from lending in 2020. 17% came from the tech platform, and then financial services. Only 2% came from financial services in 2020. Now, this would be your investing. This would be financial services, and that is insane. So if we look here on 2025 adjusted net revenue composition, it'd be 3.7 billion adjusted net revenue, with 43% in the lending side, 25% in the tech platform, and then 32% in the financial services. And this is where this stock could go absolutely insane and give investors a very, very nice return on investment. Because if they can really outperform in the investment segment, which I do think they will, and I encourage you guys to sign up for SoFi Investing and all their services. It's free, so really it doesn't cost you anything. You might as well do it and just keep a little side account. But if they can really ramp up this, I think this stock will go absolutely insane. So that is very surprising that they expect this to be the second largest industry behind lending, which I don't fully agree with that. I think the investing will be a bigger segment, but only time will tell with that. Now, there's some other things I want to show you guys. Yeah, okay, we've already kind of went over all that stuff. Cash to the balance sheet. So cash from IPOE, 805 million. So that is all good. Total sources, 2.4 billion. Cash to the balance sheet is 1.9 billion is going straight to the balance sheet, and that is overall good. Now, what I don't really like about this is 9.3% of the actual company ownership is going to shareholders. So that just makes calculating how much you actually own in SoFi a little bit interesting and difficult per se. That's all I'm gonna give to that one right now. But yeah, GAAP net income for 2025, they expect 635 million. So that is all good there as well. So like I was saying, I do encourage you guys to check out SoFi's website, that app, and really just sign up for this stuff and give it a go. It's all free, so you can track your credit score, loans, investing, pretty much everything on the one app. And overall, 98% of surveyed members with lending products would recommend SoFi to a friend. It also says 1 million plus members and counting. As a SoFi member, you'll get access to exclusive benefits that help set you up for success with your money, community, and career at no cost. So it's important to note all of this stuff is free, and free is really the only way to go. It's hard to grow a business if you're charging for it, but if you're doing all this free stuff, that is wonderful for the client, for the business model. It really, really helps ensure that growth will continue. Now to the technical analysis on SoFi or IPOE, whatever you want to call it at this point. The transaction is set to close sometime in first quarter of 2021. So anytime now we should be getting news on an actual date that the merger should be confirmed to close. So first things first, what I gotta point out is we have been getting beat up, just beat down. This sell-off has been especially bad for SPACs, but SoFi's case was just unjustified. And we can see from when they announced it, boom, it shot up to almost $21, kind of leveled out, consolidated, ran up, kind of consolidated, sold off a little bit, hit a high of $28.26. So and then we just kind of started to consolidate. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Just kind of started to consolidate out for a while. Around the $23, $24 mark would hit, $25 here and there for brief moments and then come down. And this is really when the sell-off started to happen. It was about this point, about $23 a share. And this is where I'm going to put my resistance level. I know I am very like out here with this, but I really want to show you guys what is actually happening with the stock in the long term trajectory since the deal has been announced. And we can see that we pretty much bottomed out at $18.23 and bounced right off of that couple months ago. So this is where I'm going to put the support level going forward. That's why when we dropped under, you know, went to $13-14 a share, that was an insane deal at this point. I need to draw this over, but that was an insane deal, and there's the valuation just doesn't make sense at that level. So take this over all the way, because we like to continue our technical analysis charts. But so when it fell really to under this level, that is when I just started loading up on IPOE. And you should. We bottomed out at $18 a share, went up to 28 and consolidated out around 23, 24. So we should easily, this is a support level. This ain't even a resistance level. I'm gonna say the resistance level is gonna be about $23. I think we easily shoot back up to $23, $24. This is not even gonna be a resistance level around 23. I'm thinking up here maybe around 21 might be our first resistance level. We had insane buy volume come in on Friday, but we have had massive sell orders coming in the last week or so. The last actual green day was February 23rd, where we got a lot of buy volume coming in, and it pretty much, like I said, been a massive sell-off, and we've seen huge buy volume coming in. Like I just said, I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but yeah, we bottomed out at $13.14, and I think it is only up from here. Now, I'm not going to keep this line on, but I literally think we're going to gap up, just to visualize this a little bit, consolidate out with a slight uptrend, and then once the merger is announced, that's where it could get difficult, because there's a lot of buy the rumor, sell the news type of event. But if it gets announced soon, I think we rip straight up. Just literally straight up. And that is what I am expecting from IPOE. That the merger one does get announced soon, and that we rip up right after the merger. As for my position in IPOE, my average cost is $19.78. I have 97 shares. It is 5.91% of my portfolio. I'm down 11.47%, but I am not worried whatsoever. And like I said, we got massive buy volume. We were up 10.34% on the day, so that is pretty phenomenal itself. Now let's look at what I've been doing as far as buying the stock. So I first bought, I've never sold any of this clearly, but I was buying 25, 25, 25, and then once we kind of started consolidating out and selling off a little bit, once it hit 18, February 23rd, I bought 25 shares at 18, been buying at 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 18, 18, 18, 18, 17, 15, 16, and then it just keeps dropping, and I keep buying more. Every time it would drop, I would buy more, because it's a steal at these levels. $15 a share, you cannot go wrong with this, guys. At $15 a share, you pretty much can't lose. Like, this is a way overreaction. So from 15 to really $23 a share, it's going to be very hard to lose. Anything really under $20 is pretty much impossible to lose on, in my opinion. Even if SoFi performs half of what they said they'll do, it's still a steal. So that's that. But been buying 15, 15, 15, pretty much everything else in 15, and I've been just buying every chance I can. Every time I have the money to buy, I'm buying shares. Even if it's 1 share, 2 shares, 5 shares at a time, that's what I am personally doing, and I plan to hold this for 5 to 10 years. So I'm gonna wrap the video up right here. I know we're getting close to 20 minutes on this video. If you guys got anything useful out of it, go ahead, hit the like button and subscribe for me. Like I said, Discord link in the description. Go sign up for that. It's free $99, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will see you later. Peace out.